Have you ever wondered what getting married in a castle ruin on the coast of Ireland is like? Well, today you will find out.
So, you're thinking of getting married at Rahinnane Castle on the Dingle Peninsula, and on a day like this, there's nowhere better in the world. If you look down there at that gate and see the tractor coming along, that's where you'd enter into the field. And this is a functioning farm with sheep, and if you're lucky, in May and April, there's some lambs. But your vintage car would bring you right up the side of the field to the front entrance of the castle. And it is a castle on a ruined site outdoors, so there is no backup location, and it's windy. So if that's not for you, maybe Rahinanne is not for your wedding. We partner with very good hotels in Dingle that if it is bad weather, we can make a call on the morning and do the wedding at the hotel as a backup location. But the opposite direction here, looking behind the camera, you see a fantastic shot across the whole Bay of Ventry, and that is what you'd be looking out at.
So this is such a gorgeous backdrop for your wedding. Usually we would have your wedding ceremony here.
So your vintage car is just after dropping you off here, and we'll show this in a second with a real wedding, but you'd come in through this gate and there would be no sheep or anything because it is gated, and you'd make your way up this hill to the entrance of your ceremony. So now we're going to show you two different weddings. This first one, they're walking up the aisle and all of their guests are outside of the castle area. And in this wedding, they had a lovely harpist and the celebrant just set up there at the foot of the castle, which was absolutely beautiful. And here's an alternative option. So all of the guests were gathered inside of the castle area and the celebrant was back against the wall. This is depending on where the wind is and the sun. So it's kind of an option you make on the day, and the celebrant and the team there will help you with that. But it really depends on protecting from the wind and the elements to ensure you have a great ceremony. So to help orientate yourself here, this is shot on a different day from the wedding, but looking up at the sky and then walking out towards Ventry Bay and seeing Dingle in the background. It's such a beautiful view and backdrop for your wedding. So this is what you would be looking at on your ceremony, and then you see the other angle of what your guests would be looking at you and the castle in the background. So everywhere you look around here has unbelievable sights. Before we move to the post-ceremony photos and after-ceremony festivities, I wanted to take a moment to just show you the back area of the castle. It's absolutely stunning, and you can see here in the side down where Yasmin's standing, there is a ring fort around the castle. That was built in the 7th century, and then in the 15th century the castle itself was built. So where you are during your ceremony is absolutely steeped in history. After your ceremony, you'll get one more photo with the vintage car, which is our most popular add-on, and that will bring you to your next site. But let's go to Dunquin Pier. So after about 10 minutes, your vintage car will bring you to Dunquin Pier. I'll just put a picture of this pier. You might have seen it in postcards, and it's very famous across Ireland. But this pier was used to go back and forth to the Blasket Islands, which is some islands that are no longer inhabited off the coast. But the Blasket Centre's up the way. Side note, it's a good place to go if you want to just have a day trip. But in terms of your wedding photos, especially on a day like this, it is some of the best wedding photos you can get anywhere in the world. Absolutely incredible, and only 10 minutes from Rahinanne. If you have some time, you will then stop at Páidí O'Shea's pub, which is a pub right out in Ventry, but it's also a museum of GAA, or in Ireland they call it football. Páidí O'Shea was an incredible player for Kerry. He was the captain, he was then the manager. All of his achievements and history is throughout the pub, so it's very famous for Irish people, and I think it makes incredible wedding photos. Get behind the bar and pull a pint before going to your reception back in Dingle. So after your wedding out at Rahinanne and some photos afterwards, you'd make your way into Dingle town. Dingle is incredible because there's over 50 pubs, and many restaurants and hotels that have a reception whatever way works for your group. Here we're showing the fantastic Skellig Hotel in the Slea room here, but they have a fantastic option from 10 people right up to 200 people to have a celebration and have your reception here. You could also do something a little bit more laid back. In this instance, we're showing the Benner's Hotel in Dingle. Or alternatively, you and your group could go to a pub and meet there and have a nice relaxed evening at the pub, a few drinks and then dancing. Whatever really works for your group will make it work down in Rahinnane Castle and Dingle. So if you need help with your wedding in Ireland, please reach out to us at ladybirdeverafter.com.